We were down to nothing. Stripped away, the high was barely buzzing. Renegades, why were we running? Won't let it fall. We made a promise, we'll rise above it. We could get hooked on every kind of drug, but we're the only one, we never give up. There's nothing we should be afraid of. We could, yeah, we won't run. We cross every ocean just to fight for our love. 'Cause we're the only ones that we want. We ain't going anywhere but up, yeah. We won't run. Away from our love. We won't, we won't.
Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is my first ride and impression of my new WR450. It's a 2003 steel frame model. I've only rode it about 200 yards to the petrol station, so we're going to get on it, ride it, see what she's like. Let's see if it'll go off the electric start now it's warm. Oh! Impressive! Oh, that's not. Come on Adam, what have you done? She feels a bit of an animal. Like I said, I've only rode it 200 yards from work to here. Jesus, she is a bit of an animal. Let's go and have a ride up through Lee. I'm going to take the bike back to work. I've got to go home in the car and got some jobs to do this morning, so we'll just be having a quick ride just to see what it's like, really. The first little issue I've noticed is whoever's wired this new, it's got a non-Yamaha clock on it. I'm going to get a digital one of them Triotech digital speedometers in the next couple of weeks and fit that, so it won't be an issue. But at the moment, if I put it on, it's not even doing that now. But what it was doing is the first switch on the lights was just turning the clocks on. Maybe it's designed to do that. And then the second one, the headlight, but there's no high beam. I don't know whether they're supposed to have one. Well, surely they are. But I'll sort all that out. I'm going to get a new switch gear with indicators, because there's no indicators, and I want to put some indicators on, I think, anyway. I know it doesn't need them. I definitely need mirrors as well, because that's the first thing when I got on. It's like, can't see behind you. I've not rode a motorbike with no mirrors on for a long time. Oh, that's fourth gear, that. Gearbox seems smooth as butter. So yeah, the just a quick update. Like, obviously you would have already watched the, you may not have done, but the last video on my channel was me doing the last ride on the Triumph. So the Triumph Street Triple has been sold on the Saturday. The following morning, midday-ish anyway, well, before that, slow down here because this one of these stupid new cameras that get you both ways. We'll plod along. How fast am I actually going? What am I doing? 20? Definitely need a better speedo than that. Yeah, so sold the DR. No, sorry, let me start again. I sold the Triumph on the Saturday morning. Got the van from work at 11 o'clock. Drove all the way down to just outside Swindon to pick up the WR that I'd won on eBay. I made an offer on and he accepted it on eBay. Paid it 50 quid deposit. Jumped in the van, went down there. There'd been an accident on the M6. So basically it took me what should have took me about 3 hours, took me 5 hours. 175 mile. And the bike was an absolute piece of junk. I mean, really untidy. I mean, this ain't the tidiest thing in the world. It's a, you know what I mean? It's a 21-year-old enduro bike. You know, it's scratches, it's marks, it is what it is. My DR was no different. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. I wouldn't off-road, I wouldn't green lane or off-road a perfectly shiny, clean new bike. I wouldn't buy a brand new, I'd love to buy a brand new WR. But I wouldn't green lane it. I know what I'm like. I'm too what's it with stuff like that. I wouldn't want to put a scratch on it if it were brand new. I'm the same with me, like new cars and new trucks. You want to see them with my truck? It's not even mine. It's the company's truck. But I get a little mark or a scratch in it. Oh, I'm in a right mood. Someone scratched the back of it with some concrete when I was getting offloaded. 2 little tiny scratches like that, and I was in a right mood for weeks. But anyway, so I know what I'm like. So this, an older bike like this, within budget, runs well, bit of tidying up, will look smart. I know I'll off-road it if I drop it. I won't be bothered if I put a couple more scratches on it. Won't bother me at all. Carry on this way, I think. Oh my God. It picks up like mad, this thing. Yeah, so let's get back to that. So yeah, the bike was a piece of junk, really untidy, wouldn't run. It actually kicked over first time. My first impressions when I walked in the lockup was, ooh, is that the bike? I hope it's not. I hope he's got another one hiding in the corner somewhere. Anyway, he didn't. He had a load of bikes. You know, I've got 6 bikes, I've got a boat, I've got 4 cars, I've got a Mark 1 Land Rover. Yeah, they were all in bits. Not one of them was worth buying. All in bits and not one of them were worth buying, honestly. You wouldn't have bought anything off him. I think he's just a bit of a tinkerer. I think he's bought that, but I think it's been motocrossed all its life, that bike. Told me it had only done 1,300 mile. I mean, this supposedly has only done 3,600 mile. Now, I'm not guaranteeing them miles, but if you look through the MOTs, it went up to about 1,800 mile, then it had a speedo change, and now it's on about the same, on 1,800 mile. You can tell it had a speedo change because the mileage dropped down, and then there's a couple of like years where it's not had an MOT, where it's either just been parked up or what have you. But I've got all the MOTs, got some history with it. Not a lot, but it's got some history. It's got a bit of warranty, this bike. It's from a dealer. So in a way, I'm glad that I've got this one and not that one. But I think what he's done, he'd spent a lot of money on that bike. £1,000 at a local like enduro and motocross shop, and then on top of that, a new clutch, a new rear shock. He'd spent a lot of money on it, But I've learnt a lesson from that. When someone spends that much money on a bike that's supposed to have only been low mileage, then there can only be two reasons for that. It's not done that type of mileage, or it's been absolutely hammered on a motocross track or raced enduro all its life, and I think that's exactly what it's done. And he's ended up getting it, chucked it in there to get it somewhat like, and then trying to sell it. Put a set of decals on it and tried to make it look a bit tidy and try to sell it, but I mean, a full set of plastics for one of these. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough, well, a bit of a cold. I think everyone's got one at the moment, and I think a full set of plastics for one of these is only I keep going for indicator. That's why I definitely need an indicator. Yeah, for about 80-90 quid you'd get a full set of plastics. So he could have made it look a lot tidier. Anyway, it kicked up first kick. He reckoned it had been stood for a month. He broke his collarbone last time he rode it. So I thought, well, that's a positive. We got it out the lockup. He said, oh, it should be warmed up by now. Let me just jump on it. He jumped on it, which I thought was a bit weird. Rode round the farm, come back. Yeah, it's fine. Cut out. Wouldn't start. Backfiring, leaking fuel. Managed to get it started. I rode it. Don't get me wrong. Once I rode it, it went alright, and it convinced me that getting a WR was the right bike for me, the type of bike I'd want. But I walked away because it was an absolute piece of junk. So that left me a bit of a dilemma then. But there was one in Accrington, which is only a few miles from where I live, which had been on previously. And then when I made my decision that I was going to get a WR, it wasn't advertised anymore, so I presume it had been sold. And next thing, it popped back up. But I'd already put the deposit down and made arrangements with the other guy, so I thought, I'm not going to change my arrangements, I'll go and get that bike anyway. It turned out to be a piece of junk. Contacted the guy in Accrington. Oh, sorry mate, it sold yesterday. I thought, I can't believe this. There's nothing available. Really. There's another one that looked tidy over near Norwich. I thought, I don't fancy another weekend of travelling to go and see a bike that might not be right for me. So then this came up. Well, I got pulled into Warwick Services for a brew on the way back in the van. I thought, I'll just have a quick look on Auto Trader and see if there's anything popped up on there. So I checked eBay and there were nothing. And this had come on from a dealer. Nice video, some really good HD photos of it. A good quality 4K video of it. And I thought, you know what, that looks cracking. So I messaged him there and then, and got a message back later on when he arrived home that he was busy and could I contact him Sunday. And I got a message Sunday morning he'd contact me, he's travelling. Anyway, long story short, he did a walk round video, showed me some history on the bike, this, that and the other, and I thought, you know what, I'm having it. So, sorry about this cough, guys. So, because stuck a deposit down, they did the pre-delivery checks on it. Paid for it Monday afternoon, and it was delivered Wednesday morning. And I wasn't there, I was at work, so I've only just got back this morning, which is Saturday morning. So the bike's been in my shed at work. One of the lads took delivery of it for me and put it away. And obviously I've been itching to get home and ride it. And the DR, well, that's sold straight away. Oh yes. It rips this bike and it goes from them gears like butter. I'm telling you, that gearbox is like silk, it really is. Oh god, I'm going to have fun on this bike. I really am going to enjoy this bike. I'm going to enjoy tidying it up and I'm going to enjoy riding it. I'm buzzing now. Been a bit down this week, I'll be honest, with my Triumph going and my DR going. But yeah, getting back to the DR, the guy came at dinner time, nice lad, came over from Wales with his brother, middle-aged bloke. He'd actually seen the bike on my channel and been watching. So as soon as he knew it was up for sale, he wanted it, like, made me an offer which was a bit, I felt it was a bit of a low offer, so said no, I'm not going to let it go for that. Anyway, we agreed on a price, and he came, he looked at it, he didn't take much convincing, and he bought her, put her in his van, and she's gone to Snowdon. And that's the bike really that, you know, as I've said in the previous video, there's plenty of, what's it about? See, something like this now, I know you give it that shoulder look anyway, but you need a mirror, don't you? So try and find some little mirrors for it. Yeah, it's a cold one this morning. But it's got a battery on it, so I can put my heated clothing on this. That won't be an issue. What we're doing now, have a look at the speed. Well, that's 70 mile an hour now. Coming into, I know it's 60 on here, but that was 70 mile an hour. And that was running like a dream, innit? Cracking little bike. I'll tell you what's really light as well, really light. Anyone that's rode one of these will know, but compared to my DR, it's light, this, really light. A bit windy on here, and it'll slow down a bit anyway. Yeah, so yeah, the DR went, he lives in Snowdon, so she's going to be riding around the mountains of Snowdon. And is that regrettable that she's gone? Probably. Probably is. But like I said, I'm going to love this bike. I always had in my head that I'd keep that DR for a very long time, forever. Well, maybe not forever, but I wanted to restore it at some point. But I think I'll be keeping hold of this bike and restoring this bike at some point. This can be my little project. See, I need an indicator. It's a belting bike, this. I don't know if it's been uncorked or not, because you can do the grey wire mod and set the snorkel out the airbox. It's got an aftermarket exhaust on it, well, I can anyway. It's got a baffle in it. I think it sounds perfect. Oh, I'm not going to ride for long, lads, this morning because it is cold. I've not got my liner. Well, I don't wear a liner in it, I wear like a puffer jacket underneath, a bit like TMF. I've not got that on. And obviously I haven't got my heated jacket wired in yet, or my gloves. No heated grips on this. Don't know whether I'll bother with them or not. Probably not, we've got the heated gloves. Anyway, let's talk about this. So, my plans really, I'm not to do a great deal with it. Like I say, digital speedo. I've already got like a different number plate and hanger for it. I don't really like how this one is, but we'll have to see. Might end up staying, I don't know. I've got some decals for I've got some side panels. One of them's a bit damaged on this, and I've got some custom graphics for the number board at the front and number board at the side. Number 23. Couldn't really think of a number to have, and I was thinking, what can I have, what can I have? And the bike I actually went looking at had number 23, and when I seen it that it had number 23 and it was all new decals, I thought, oh well, it's my daughter's, it's the day my daughter was born, my eldest daughter was born. 23 represents one of my heroes, John McGuinness. 23 TT wins. And then I also thought 2 and 3 is me and Nicola, the 2. And free, my kids, or our kids. So I thought, well, 23, I'll stick with 23. I was going to get a bike that had all new decals on with 23 on it. So I thought, that'll do, I'll stick with 23. And if anyone asks, I'll just say, because it's a legend. It's a legend, John McGuinness, who likes going out on his enduro bike. And he has 23 TT wins to his name, and sorry John, but I don't think you'll be making it 24. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll shock the world. I hope he does, but I think them young guns are just too... they got the balls for it now, and they got the bit between the teeth. It'd be hard for John to get up there at his age now and get another TT win. So yeah, not really. It's just going to be cleaned up, tarted up. Well, not tarted up, but you know what I mean. A few little things on it, mirrors, indicator kit at some point. Probably a new controller here, because the arm works on it when it wants, but it does work, but I think it's just crap. We'll see. But if I get one, it might get one that incorporates the indicators in it as well. And I don't know. That'll be about it. Just go out and enjoy it, ride it. Don't broke. Don't broke. Don't fix what ain't broke. I've got an habit of doing that. There's this there's this camera again. Well, it can't get me going this way though, can it? I think it can anyway. No, there's not a camera on the back that'll get my number plate. I thought I'd been done with one of them in the car. They put a new one up near Clifton, and it was only ever one way. And when they put a new one of them up, and I knew it was there, and then the Saturday just before Christmas, I thought, Jesus, I went through there too quick then, but I haven't got a ticket through. It's gone past the 14 days, so we could skip that bullet. Maybe it was the Christmas period, maybe they was full of festive cheer. Thought they'd let me off. That's unlikely, isn't it? Anyway, this was supposed to be a first impressions video, and we're just rambling on about nothing. What's that button do there? Nothing. Well, my first impressions is the bike starts and runs really well. It's got plenty of torque. I'm going to have some serious fun on this bike. Yeah, pictures don't show the true condition of a bike, and it's not as mint, I would say, as it looks on the pictures, but it certainly is on a par. Once cleaned up and what's it a little bit, it'll be on a par with my DR, if not a little bit better. Obviously the suspension, the engine, how light it is, it's not comparable with the DR. The DR was a different thing. The DR is a dual sport bike. This is an out and out animal of a enduro. It's the same engine as the YZ, which is the motocross bike, but it's just got a different box, and obviously it's in a slightly different state of tune. It's got a slightly different map on it, but that's what they call the grey wire mod. If you unplug the grey wire, it'll put it into the YZ map. If you put the grey wire back in, it'll put it back. If you take the snorkel out and let it breathe, basically you're uncorking it. There's 3 mods you do. You put an end can on it, or you take out the baffle in the original exhaust, or you put an end can on like this bike has. 2, you take the snorkel out and open up the airbox to let the air flow into it better. And 3, nice on tick over as well. There's a bit what's it on tick over when it was cold, but it's alright now. And 3, you do the grey wire mod, which is a plug under the tank here. And then you've uncorked it, and you've basically got the same oh no, on the throttle stop you've got to take the screw out, which I think this has been done because it's got quite a bit of movement in the throttle. You take the throttle stop out. I bet it's been uncorked because it's got some power. So then you've basically got the full rev range and the full power of the YZ. The only difference is the wide ratio box. That's what the WR stands for. WR is wide ratio. This gearbox is a wide ratio gearbox, so not as aggressive like in first and second and stuff, but and then wider, you know, taller gears, higher up in the gearbox to suit more road and enduro. Looks like it's got, well, it has on it, it's got bar risers on it. Be a bit better for me that when it's standing up. I'm not stood up on it yet, I'll have to give it a go. It's got a hot start button, which I'm not sure if it works, but we'll see if it does need it. Check it over when we get back, make sure there's no leaks. Has got a neutral light on it. We don't have a key, that's one thing. I mean, you could put an ignition key on it. Might have a look into doing that. Coming off a little bit there, one of the decals, but it'll all be sorted. Plastic tank, there's no chance of it rusting. 8 litre tank. Probably get about 90 mile out of it, which ain't bad. Servicing tools on it are like, I mean, it says every 600 mile, but people say that that's if you're racing it, but it also says every 3 months. Now I probably won't do 600 mile in 3 months, as you know. I don't do a lot of mileage at the moment, so I'll just be doing it whichever comes first, but it'll probably get 4 oil changes a year, tub of oil, that's all. I mean, it's 5 litres of oil and you only do the oil filter every 2, so 50 quid for oil changes a year, and it's a 10-minute job when you're doing it. And if you're doing long distance, if I was going to take it on long distance, I have a litre of oil with me, do an oil change before we go and take a litre of oil with me. But it's not the type of bike to be doing that type of distance. I mean, what have I been on the bike now? Not very long, but not feeling anything from the seat. Put it over there for the quick walk round there. Oh, there she is. The WR450F. It says it might come through as looking really tidy on the video. I mean, she's got some like carbon stickers, frame protector things. As you can see, here's the damage on this. I don't know whether it's because of that exhaust or not. I'll have to sort that out. Replace that, and I've got some decals that cover all that. We replace this decal on the front with the matching ones. That needs sorted out because that looks a bit that's for the brake light switch. That looks a bit agricultural. Yeah, so this will be replaced. number plate. I want it to like drop out here a bit more. I'm not sure. Don't look that bad now, so I'm getting used to it. Excuse me. It's a bit of a clean as well. You thought they would have cleaned it before they sent it up to me. Got the same like sort of carbon protectors here on the forks, but the forks all look good. Good solid thick forks. Anyway, that's it guys. I'm going to put it away and go and get what I need to get done today, and then tomorrow I'm going to give it a good clean and start making her mine. Personalising her, making her into my bike. Don't look like no leaks anyway, is there? Right guys, you all ride safe, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.